provides inspiration. So I'd like to thank the Girl Scouts of Nassau County, who so generously donated some candy and nut containers, so you'll get to take that home. And I would also like to give thanks to Lila, Sabrina Gao, oh, I'm sorry, did I say that right? Whoa, okay. Who is a student from the North Shore, and she has formed a philanthropy, if you will, to raise money and donate PPE to all different places across the island. And she's been a special friend. All of Lilac have been special friends with Freeport in particular. And so I said to her, do you think maybe you could do something for this? And so she said yes, and you're going to see what a special thing each of you will be getting. It's original artwork, and I believe that each piece of artwork is going to be catered to you and your organization. Is that right, Sabrina? Yes. So that's really very, very special. Okay.
Is this on video?
So,
it's on video?
with that, I would like to bring up our elected officials who will say a few words. Senator Kaminsky has to leave, so I'm going to bring him up first. So thank you. Sorry, forgot to do the pledge. If we could, we have the flag. If everyone could please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, Senator Kaminsky.
Thank you so much, Legislator Muley, for this wonderful idea and opportunity, which is absolutely fitting and important. In this new COVID world, where my wife has been working from home, on Tuesday nights I'm in charge of young children. So I'm going to be running home from here to that. So I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. Thank you. We learned during the worst of times about the best of humanity and the best of people. And if you're sitting in this audience, that means that by definition you've gone above and beyond and have stepped up big time for your community in a very important way when the chips were down. And so thank you. We've learned a lot, I think, in the past 6 months. I think we've learned some real important things about how to handle ourselves as a society, but we've also learned things that don't really fit in the category about how to appreciate your family more, what matters a little more, what it means to be a citizen and a part of your community a little more. And you exemplify that citizenship when you do something that may not benefit you but benefits everybody. And when enough people do that, that's when you have real good communities and good things happening. I know that if we're faced with this again, we will respond in a better and stronger way. But we will know that there'll always be people there to stand up for us. So thank you and God bless you. Thank you so much, Legislator, for the work you've done. To our county executive who's here, who's really led the first responders in a really brutal day in, day out effort every day facing down the pandemic. Thank you for leading those important efforts. To Senator Brooks and Assemblywoman Griffin, who at Albany fight so hard for the state to get us the resources we need and to represent average everyday people and business owners and first responders. Thank you to everyone. Thank you and God bless.
And now I'd like to call up our County Executive, Laura Kern.
Good evening, everyone. It's nice to see everyone, not in those Brady Bunch squares, but in flesh, live. It's nice to see you all here in this beautiful community garden. This was a community garden that we started. It's actually county property. So back when I was a legislator, I worked with the community to see if we could turn it into a community garden. And our Department of Public Works at the time said, well, be careful, because if you do a community garden, the weeds are going to grow, everyone's going to complain and blame you. And I said, not this community. So here we fast forward a few years, and it's just this beautiful, thriving place, and they keep adding onto it. So I want to thank Deborah, Legislator Muley, who happens to be my legislator, does a fantastic job, for bringing us together in this beautiful space to say, as Todd said, thank you. I see Randy over there. We've partnered with Island Harvest to make sure that we're getting food to people who need it, putting food on the table of, I don't know, 25,000 families, something like that, just with us, and she's doing lots of other things as well. I see our first responders, police, fire, school people, senior center, you name it, all coming together. And something that I had a eureka moment throughout this pandemic, and it's this, that this crisis did not create heroes, it has revealed the heroes who are already among us. So thank you for what you're doing, healthcare workers, educators, first responders, etc. You're the reason why we're coming back and why we're coming back so well and with such strength. So thank you.
Senator John Brooks.
Thank you. Thank you for all that you've done responding to this one more great challenge that's been thrown at us in 2020, quite a year. To many of you, and I know, just for a minute I want to talk to the guys in the fire service and EMS. That was a frightening time. When the call came in, and they told you that the person was confirmed to have the virus, a lot goes through your mind. And I couldn't help thinking the first time I got the firehouse when we had one of the confirmed calls, the guys on the truck were completely gowned out. And you realize just how real the exposure was. And unfortunately for a lot of other people that were just walking into crowds, unknowing, they had that very same exposure, depending upon who was in the crowd. We've learned a lot, but as we look out on the news media every night right now, we also learned that a lot of people didn't learn anything. And they're in crowds with one next to the other without protective gear. The folks that responded to this pandemic in every category, from the person that worked in the supermarket to the doctors in the hospital and nurses in the hospital, people cleaning the hospital, you put yourself at risk, incredible risk, because you care. And that's the most important thing. Just recently we had the anniversary of 9/11, and we remembered then all of the people who responded. And it wasn't just the first responders and the rest, it was the people that were supporting the first responders, the people that were bringing food to the tower, and people bringing water. And the same things happened here. People looked in on their neighbors to see how they were. So we all have to stay together, still. Say thank you to all of you who gave so much already. Hope that we get some good news in a not too distant future, that we have a vaccine, but let's all be very aware of our environment right now. Be very aware of the potential for other people to get infected, and at the same time be very aware that throughout every community across this island there's good people doing good things, from people putting food on the table to responding to alarms to assisting people at the hospitals. We have an incredible ability to pull together when the time is there. So let's collectively be cautious in the days and weeks ahead and be appreciative. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Senator. And now, Assemblywoman Judy Griffin.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Legislator Millay, and thank you all for being here tonight. It's so nice to see all of you, and I really appreciate that Legislator Millay is having this COVID Heroes Night. I think it's just so important to really value and appreciate people like you, people who make a difference every day. And whether you're a police officer, fire department, EMS, working in the medical field, working in the schools, keeping your community engaged, working with seniors, keeping that community engaged, helping put food on people's tables. You have all made such a difference. And I feel so fortunate to represent Assembly District 21, which some of you are in Assembly District 21, to see the outpouring of kindness. Not only did you do your job, but you did your job with kindness, and you helped people know that they mattered. And I think that's what it's all about. People feel better when they know they matter. And in this time, these challenging times, many people were isolated, and many people were home alone and maybe didn't have food or were scared, or then one night they had to go to the emergency and they had, Freeport Police or EMS, someone pick them up, bring them to medical care, and it made a difference that you all did something really important, and you did it with kindness. So I just want to say congratulations and thank you. And we're very fortunate here that we have so many people that we can honor. Each Wednesday for a couple of months now, I've been honoring, I call them wellness warriors, because there's just so many of you, and I'm glad to say that it seems like we're never going to run out of people that we can honor, because we have so many people just like you sitting here who make a difference every day.